Hello learners, BME 025 Condition Monitoring and Maintenance Management, video number 13, Failure Patterns and Replacement Models, presented by myself Dr. N. Venkateshwarlu, Associate Professor, School of Engineering and Technology, IGNOU, New Delhi. Introduction. Most of those dealing with maintenance and operation of machines will recognize more than an element of truth in the Murphy's law pertaining to maintenance stated as follows. If an equipment can fail, it will, and failure will usually occur at the most inconvenient time. We agree that occurrence of failures cannot be avoided completely, but failures during operation can be reduced through effective maintenance management programs, provided the plant engineer can predict the occurrence of failures. The trend analysis is the best tool for the plant engineer in preliminary estimation in this regard. Further, if cost of frequency failures are beyond a certain predetermined levels of tolerance, it is better to replace partly or completely as the case may be deemed fit. So any maintenance manager, they must knowledge about predicting the occurrence of failures. Then only they can able to maintain the machines effectively, and they can provide those machines to the production for the operation and production of the machines. And they should also have the knowledge about the trend analysis, trend of failure about the machines, and trend about if it fails, what will be the cost. Such type of knowledge the maintenance managers and maintenance engineers should have. Then only they can able to adopt a best maintenance method so that they can effectively and efficiently manage the maintenance department and provide the machinery available to the production people. Objectives. After listening to this video lecture, you should be able to analyze the failure patterns of a given equipment, distinguish if the equipment is repairable or replaceable, understand the failure cost analysis, and identify and determine suitable replacement policies. So you can able to, what are the objectives? You can able to analyze patterns of given equipment. So what pattern, what is a failure pattern, what type of failure pattern is there? Is it a machine is regularly failing, or what is the any particular part only failing, or total machine is breakdown? So like that, the various pattern you can able to understand after listening to this video lecture, and distinguish if the equipment is repairable or replaceable. So that also you can able to understand through listening to this video lecture, as well as you have to read the unit also and understand the failure cost analysis. You can able to understand about the failure cost analysis and identify and determine suitable replacement policies for a particular machine, or different machines, different policies can be, or a different department, if it is a machine shop or press shop or a polishing or a painting or anything. So different machines having different machines shops, so that depending upon their requirement and their failure analysis, you can able to adapt a best replacement or repairable method or policy to that particular machines. These are the various objectives we are going to learn in this video lecture. Failure patterns. No machine is immortal and immune completely to any failure, no matter how safely you run, how closely you follow the instructions of the manufacturer or supplier, how best you maintain to its standards and specification. Perhaps we can only try to prevent or prolong the occurrence of failure if we know the probable reason for its occurrence. Even in such cases, sometimes we can temporarily stop the failures. So any machine which is it's not possible, or it is not completely immune to the failure. So that's why the failure can occur at any times, but by knowing the failure analysis and failure data, so that you can assess and you can prevent that failure, or you can prolonging the failure occurrence. So that is the role of a maintenance managers and maintenance engineers. The various failure patterns one has to understand, and depending upon that failure patterns, what method or what maintenance method can be adopted, can be learned. So however, this is impossible if we have the complete knowledge of the failures that may occur on the equipment and their causes, effects or costs and the remedial measures. The awareness of equipment failures often make the engineer so confident that after the rectification of the failures, he will be able to assure the production manager about its running condition. A definition of failure. Failure is defined in many ways. Of them, the most popular and appropriate are given below. Failure is defined as inability of a machine or equipment to perform the intended or specific job under specified conditions. A failure is defined as an event that changes a machine or equipment from an operational condition to a non-operational condition. So these are the various definitions of a failure of a machine. Failure, the definition of a failure. Failure can be defined as non-conformance to some defined performance criteria. So any machine it's not producing according to the design standards. That means that is non-conformance. It is not performing according to the design standards or design specification, design criteria. So that's why we are calling it as a non-conformance. When it is not conformance means the machine is failed. So that is the failure definition. Then failure analysis through behavior of machines. Almost all machines are equipment, whether electrical or mechanical or electronic, assumed to have in the same manner. These machines are normally expected to have one of the three types of behaviors with reference to the failures that occur. These three behaviors are as follows. The rate of failure is decreasing, that is decreasing failure rate or DFR, or decreasing trend. Machine condition is improving. The failure rate means decreasing, means the machine condition is improving. The rate of failure is constant, that is constant failure rate or CFR, no trend. Machine condition may or may not be consistent, but machine is giving required average output. So that is the rate of failure is constant. There are three behaviors. So third one is the rate of failure is increasing, that is increasing failure rate or IFR or increasing trend. Machine condition is deteriorating. So these three are the behaviors of a machines and the failure behavior of a machines. Amazingly, every machine is found to have all the three behaviors significantly and distinctly in certain period of its lifetime. Therefore, it has gained so much significance in replacement analysis and trend analysis studies. Machine life cycle or bathtub curve, you can say that. Machine life cycle is classified into three phases, which is analogous to the three phases of human life cycle as shown in below. That is infancy phase, early failure or infant failure, that is DFR, decreasing failure rate, and youth phase, random failures or rare event failures or constant failures, you can say constant failure rate, and old age phase. The machine age is going on so that it will become old. So old age phase, wear out failures or old age failures or increasing failure rate. If the age is increasing, the failure rate will be increased. Different problems will come to that machine depending because age is going on. The wear out is occurring in all the parts. So that's why the increasing failure rate can be occurred in the old age phase. Then early failures at infant stage or of a machine, the machine immediately after it is brought from the original equipment manufacturer may not work with full efficiency due to various reasons. So once you bring, why we are calling it as a early failure rate? Because when we brought a machine and from a original equipment manufacturer and we or operating it, and that it will not work up to the level. So what are those reasons? There are many various reasons will be there, such as initial friction between the moving or rotating parts, not adjusting to the environment, lack of skill, knowledge of the person working on it, etc. These are the various reasons to the early failure rate. To control these failures, one has to know about the machine thoroughly and follow the instructions strictly. In spite of following the instructions given by the original equipment manufacturers strictly, the output may be slow or low or delayed. Yet, it is necessary in the interest of good running and long life of the machines. For example, when you buy a scooter, the original equipment manufacturer gives you instructions that you have to run the vehicle at not more than the 40 kilometers per hour up to first 1500 kilometers. So such type of instructions will be given, so that one has to follow such instructions so that the machine life can be improved. This obviously restricts and slow down the job and may cause the inconvenience to the user. But if this is not followed, it may lead to a catastrophic failure by affecting the piston movement in the cylinder or high fuel consumption, which will be uneconomical. Such problems are very common to any new machine. However, the period of these infant failures may vary from one machine to other machine. So these type of infant failures will be varied according to the machine to machine. During this failure period, the machine is usually referred to original equipment manufacturer for warranties or any contractual maintenance. So in this early failure rates, suppose we are having a warranty or guarantee for 1 year or 2 years. If the machine fails, then it will be returned to the original equipment manufacturer, or the contractual maintenance can be done on that machine. And next is random or rare event failures. These failures occur in young stage of the machine. After passing over the infant stage, the machine will be running with its full efficiency and the user will enjoy its full fruit in this period only. So the effective usage and corrective maintenance can enhance this portion of its life. User's care may come down in this stage due to the facts that the user might have got boredom or monotony or some sort of negligence as he observed the machine will be working with full efficiency through much care is not taken. This act in fact may or may not result as failure immediately, but its impact will be there on long run by affecting its life and wear out of the parts, etc. However, the immediate failures are known as random or rare event failures. The reliability of the machine will be very high in this stage. Usually, preventive maintenance and breakdown maintenance are adopted in this stage to low cost failures, while RCM and CBM, reliability centered maintenance and condition based maintenance techniques are employed on the machine that are high cost, or in case the failure may lead to high cost or damage. So old age and wear out failures. So in this stage, most of the efforts put by maintenance are attributed to this stage, and cost could go high at the stage if this stage is not detected. So one has what it says. So one has to identify the stages. Then only you can maintain that machine and repair that machine. So calendar time is not only the scale for detection of the stage. For instance, a machine used sparingly and a machine used continuously will not reach to the old age stage at the same time, so they are bought at the same time. So this is the how much it is using, depending upon that the old age of that machine and the repair times we have to identify. Hence one should notice that the operational period, conditions maintained while usage, care and efforts put on it to increase its life during its infant and young stages, etc. are a few factors governing the old age failures, where these failures are mainly because of the worn out parts of the machines. As and when this stage is noticed in the machine, a plant engineer may have to choose one of the following alternative strategies. So the plant engineer, if he identifies the stages, then he can have the various alternative methods or strategies he can adopt. These are replacement of the machine with a new one. So depending upon the stage and the condition of that machine, it can be replaced, or reconditioning of the machine. If it can be reconditioned by changing some parts, or changing some assemblies that machine can work, means that can be reconditioned. And third, C, updating with the new technological features. Sometimes what happened, the machine is bought in long time and it is running with the same productivity and same production. So you want to improve that productivity of that machine. So nowadays the technological changes are coming up and computerization came, so that any updation or software to be implemented on that machine, like Internet of Things or condition monitoring techniques, if it can be implemented, so that type of technological innovations can bring on that machine, so that machine can work more, or productivity will be improved. That is known as the updating. Then operate to failure or corrective maintenance or selling in second sale. So if the maintenance, if the machine is working but its cost is more, its maintenance cost is more, then what happens? So it's not good for the economically, it's not good. So it can be sold out, or sold out for second sale. And last one is, if it is not at all working, then it has to be scrapped. The machine has to be scrapped. So these are the various conditions where depending upon the machine life. It is important to note here that the age of a machine, infant, young, middle, old, is not just decided by the calendar time, but by its running time and other factors such as environment, usage, etc. So in the table, failure analysis through machine behavior and machine life cycle. So it is the infant stage, the type of failure. So early failure, if it is early failure or infant failure, so the failure rate is decreasing. Then why it happened means the faulty design or erratic design operation, or the cost of the failure will be medium or high. So like that, suitable maintenance policy one has to adapt for such type of infantile failures is the warranties are referred to the original equipment manufacturer, or contractual maintenance can be done for this early infant failure phase. If it is youth phase, it has to be adapted breakdown maintenance or preventive maintenance. If the old age phase, one has to adapt operate to failure or corrective maintenance when the cost is low, and when the cost is high, replacement, scrapping or reconditioning of the machine. Such type of maintenance methods has to be adopted. So next, the types of failure based on the volume of failure. So another type of method. So here, small failures. These are the failures which can be rectified in few minutes. These failures are very common on any machine. These will not have any considerable impact on the machine performance and on the operator. Major failures. These failures take a few days to rectify. They also may require large workforce, knowledge and skill to rectify. These failures may cause considerable damage to the machine, minor injuries to men and affects the regular work. Catastrophic failures. These are the costlier failures. These occurrence of such failures may cause the damage to the machine, man and sometimes the environment also. The rectification or recovery from the losses of this failure may take a few weeks to months even. Types of failures based on the mode of failure. The sudden failures. These types of failures occur in items after giving some period of desired service rather than deterioration while in service. This period of giving desired service is not constant but follows some frequency distribution, which may be progressive, retrogressive, or random in nature. Progressive failure. If the probability of failure in the beginning of an item is less and gradually increasing in its life, then such failure is called progressive failure. For example, light bulbs, tubes fail progressively. Retrogressive failure. If probability of failure in the beginning of the life of an item is more, but as time passes the changes of its failure becomes less, then such failure is said to be retrogressive failure. Random failures. In this type of failure, the constant probability of failure is associated with items that fail from random causes such as physical shocks not related to age. For example, vacuum tubes in air-burn equipment have been found to fail at a rate of the age of the tube. So gradual failures. A gradual failure is progressive in nature, that is, as the life increases, its operational efficiency also deteriorates, resulting in increased running, maintenance and operation costs. They also cause decrease in the resale or salvage value. Then mechanical items like pistons, rings, bearings, etc. and automobile tires fail under this category. So repairable and non-repairable system. When maintainability and reliability characteristics are to be designed for a system, one should first identify the repairable or replaceable failures in it. Thus the system is to be first defined as one of the two alternatives, that is replaceable, non-repairable system or repairable system. For a non-repairable system such as electric bulb, reliability is the survival probability over the item's expected life or for a period during its life. When only one failure can occur during the time of life, the instantaneous probability of the first and only failure is called the hazard rate. Non-repairable systems may be individual parts, light bulbs, transistors, etc., or a machine, example a fan or a lathe or a milling, or a system comprised of many subsystems or parts, example spacecraft, etc. So even one component fails in a non-repairable system, the total system fails, and system reliability is therefore a function of time to the first failure or part failure. However, the system is often considered for replacement based to important aspect, the cost. This aspect is given preference if the cost of the failure is not hazardous or disastrous, and that may not lead to catastrophes. The average annual total cost to be spent is compared to its replacement cost for a new one, and thus a decision is taken on replacement. Reliability. This aspect is considered if the failure is disastrous and may lead to a catastrophe in terms of heavy loss of money, human life or assets. For example, consider the failure in an aircraft. The cost is immaterial in such cases where its reliable operation is more important than its cost or replacement. So in some cases, the reliability of the equipment is translated and measured in terms of cost of failures, particularly with reference to that if it fails when it is under operation. So for the items which are repaired when they fail, reliability is the probability that failure will not occur in the period of interest. When more than one failure occurs, it can also be expressed as a failure rate or rate of occurrence of failure. However, the failure rate expresses the instantaneous probability of failure per unit time when several failures can occur in a time continuum. Repairable system reliability can also be characterized by mean time between failures, but only under the particular condition of constant failure rate. We are also concerned with the availability of repairable system since repair takes time. So availability is affected by the rate of occurrence of failures and by maintenance time. Maintenance includes corrective or preventive. Sometimes an item may be considered as both repairable and non-repairable. For example, a missile is repairable system while it is in store and subjected to tests, but it becomes a non-repairable system when it is launched. So similarly, a vehicle is considered to be repairable as long as the cost of replacement is more than that of its repair, while may be considered to be replaceable after it reaches certain age. We must take into account of these separate states while reliability analysis of such systems. So learners, thank you very much for listening to my lecture, and please read the units also.